It's Friday. As you can see, I'm in my usual location and position as we are trying to be the Wandering Jew. So I want to share with you, friends, an incredible story. And I hope that the story and the message will be taken in the right way. Okay? So please don't go away in the middle of this. Stay to the end. Okay? Story goes like this. There's a rabbi, an incredible rabbi in Los Angeles. His name is Rabbi Ari Ben Sassoon. Rabbi Ari Ben Sassoon is in Kirov in outreach, and he was operating one Yontiv Sukkot in a certain Sephardi synagogue. And, on Simchat Torah, it's a very special time. We're coming up to it when every man is entitled and encouraged to get an aliyah, to get called up to the Torah. It's unbelievable. We go through again and again the reading of the Torah from V'zos HaBracha until every person has had a call up. And everyone's getting a call up. And Rabbi Ari Ben Sassoon, he notices that there are two guys at the back of the room, that clearly are exceptionally uncomfortable and not familiar with their surroundings. And he wanders over to them, these young guys, and he's an outreach worker. He's, used to dealing with different types. And he says to them, Shalom Aleichem, welcome guys. So nice of you to be here on Simchat Torah. Tell me, have you been caught up yet? Because everyone is entitled to get caught up today. And they said, we're not doing it. We don't want to do it. We're not interested. Thank you very much. Thanks, but no thanks. And he's thinking in his head, I've heard of all all the excuses, all the justifications, all the outrage. Maybe it's because of something that somebody said to them. Maybe it's because their upbringing, or their, whatever it is. There's many reasons and justifications why people are distant from Judaism and from practicing as Jews. So he says to them, listen, I don't want you to do anything you don't want to, but today's Simchat Torah, everyone can get caught up. Why don't you want to get caught up? And he was not ready. Rabbi Ben Sassoon said, he was not ready. And all his years of Kirov, of outreach, he was not ready. He never heard this response. He said, we cannot get caught up. And he's thinking, well, why couldn't somebody get caught up? Every Jewish person can get caught up. He's thinking in his head, maybe they're not Jewish. Maybe they feel they're not entitled to get caught up. He says, tell me, what's the reason why you don't want to get caught up? You're in shul. So the guy said to him, you don't understand, Rabbi Ben Sassoon. You see, we drove in our car to this synagogue on the festival. We drove. So we're not worthy of getting caught up. Rabbi Ben Sassoon thought for a moment and he said to them, listen, my friends, think about what you just said. You're right, it's Yontiv. You got in a car. You're in Los Angeles. You could have driven anywhere, right? You could have driven anywhere. Do you not realize in Los Angeles there's a beach, the most stunning beaches in the world? You could have gone to the beaches. You could have gone to shopping. You could have gone to town. You could have gone to a restaurant. You could have gone anywhere. You chose to get in your car on your day off and to drive to the synagogue. You are certainly worthy of getting caught up. Rabbi Ben Sassoon said he has never in his life, when these guys eventually were persuaded that they were worthy of getting caught up, despite driving to synagogue, when they went up to make those brachot, to make those blessings, in all his years of work, he has never heard such intensity, such sincerity as when these two young Jewish men went up and made their blessings over the Torah. Friends, I think the message and the lesson, I hope, is exceptionally clear. It's a profound lesson and insight that Rabbi Ben Sassoon is teaching us. As Orthodox Jews, we are very real. We don't condone wrongdoing. We don't turn a blind eye. We don't say to ourselves and justify and rationalize whatever we do must be right. We don't engage in cognitive dissonance. And therefore, Rosh Hashanah comes along, Yom Kippur comes along, and we admit, we confess our wrongdoing. We admit that we are not perfect, that we've made mistakes. But at the very same time as doing so, we should also recognize, as we said earlier in the week, and confess what we're doing that's right. There's so much right that we are doing. I'm not suggesting, and certainly not promoting. And of course, it's wrong to drive a car on Shabbat. But that doesn't mean we throw the baby out with the bathwater. We have to try to improve. We have to know where we're aiming for. But as these two gentlemen recognize, through them coming, overlooking their wrongdoing for that time, enabling them to take that step onto the bima, it brought them closer. It brought them more, they engaged and became more connected. And in that way, they were able to go on to create a commitment to their faith, to their people, to being Jewish. And eventually, they didn't drive anymore. There's a fundamental lesson for us. It's not an all or nothing. God knows that we're not perfect, but make the effort. Take the next step. We're meant to show the Almighty in the coming days and weeks that we want to be better. That's all we are expected and asked to do. Please God, we should be able to do so, have the fortitude, the strength of character and of convictions to be able to be better people. And in that way, please God, it will be a schus, a merit for us, our families, and all of Israel to be written in the book of life and health for all of us. Take care, be well. Please God, we'll be back at our desk on Sunday. All the very best. Take care.